Hi there, warm welcome to you. Can you hear me, viewers? Thank you for responding with yes. Let me welcome the participants first. And then I have three very interesting topics in tonight's live chat. Sammy is the first viewer who commented. Welcome, Sammy. MMT here. Abjun Arage, first light joined. Samuel Faleke is the first member who joined tonight's live chat. Special welcome to you, Samuel. Hope you're doing fine. You don't respond to my messages, which I sent uh, from my mobile, Samuel. Guracha here says, thanks God for the good news. Can't wait. Wineshet says, hi, Sajid. Yosidek says, hello, Mr. Sajid. Eden Ali here says, hello, Sajid. Ethio Explorers joined. He says, how are you, sir? Good to see you today. I'm fine, brother. Hope you're doing fine too. Ethiofact joint says this comment section could be very dangerous if people don't hide their identity. Well, everyone is hiding the identity. Uh, and by the way, my views on news is the only YouTube channel which has a democratic comment section. Everyone is allowed to comment here. No censoring, no moderation. But those who write offensive comments, they're auto banned, auto deleted by YouTube AI. Those who criticize me, even they're allowed to comment too. Those who launch unsubscribe campaigns, they're also allowed. They launch a campaign in comment section telling others to unsubscribe the channel. I still let them do what they are doing. By the way, this type of freedom is not available on any YouTube channel in a comment section. Just give me one example. Other channels have millions of followers. Some have over 1 million followers. Are people allowed to comment there? And do they engage with their viewers the way I do? We have Gitacho Sheto, uh, Ricardo Siom here. DSG is the second member who joined. Special welcome, DSG. Tiago Peace here. Guracha says, I am praying for peaceful coexistence. Everyone is praying for peace. From the East join says, how are you? I'm fine. Hassan Ibrahim says, do you have exclusive news about Ethio 360? Well, what's there about Ethio 360? They're fighting each other. They have split. Aptamo has formed. He's established a new YouTube channel. Their YouTube channel was demonetized. After that, they face financial difficulties, and now they are accusing each other. We have Tiklemariam, Lilo joined. Welcome, Lilo. Abdi Fitao here. Ethiofact says government is closely monitoring your comment section. Well, I know that. They monitor my videos, my posts, everything. I know that. That is why I always tell the viewers to use pen names when they write in comment section. Mulu Metikko here. Ediso says, finally, the word I was looking for. Good news for Ethiopia. Now, look like the news is balanced. Okay, it's up to you to decide whether it's balanced or not. 3 topics in tonight's live chat. Firstly, yesterday I reported about a drone strike in the Amhara region. And I said that I'll try to look into it and share my findings with you. What was the target? It happened in Kwara, by the way. And I said I'll share my analysis and information with you in coming hours. So I have not confirmed from the area. I'll share the findings with you. Secondly, 48 hours ago, I said Djibouti, the parliament was going to meet for a historic session. So what happened in Djibouti today? And thirdly, a good news for the Ethiopian PM. The Prime Minister has been under threat. He's still under threat. People say alliance from the north is taking shape. Abiy wants to counter this alliance from the north, and he has a good news. Matt Abdwali here. Let's start, viewers. Let me start with what happened in Djibouti today. Then I'll explain what happened in Amhara region yesterday. And at the end, I'll share the good news. Safao Kasa here. Firstly, Djibouti viewers, where today Parliament met. And as I said in a video 2 days ago, the Parliament passed an amendment to the Constitution. Ismail Omar, Djibouti's president, has served for 5 terms. He's 77 years old. Djibouti's constitution states that any candidate over 75 years cannot contest presidential election. Ismail Omar wants another term. That is why today he amended the constitution. He was not eligible to run for another term. Election is due to be held in Djibouti in April, next year in April. So before that, Ismail Omar has amended the constitution, paving the way for his participation in election in April, which he will win. And he will serve for the 6th term. For over 25 years, this man has been in power in Djibouti, and he has been getting support from foreign forces. He has given his land, his country's land, on lease to several Arab, Middle Eastern, European countries, and he's surviving on the money which he's getting from these countries. These countries, which have their bases in Djibouti, they don't want instability here. That is why whenever Ismail Omar holds controversial election, he does not allow protests, he does not allow dissent, because he has the backing of foreign powers. By the way, Ugandan president Yoweri Museveni is going to run for 9th term next year. 9th term. Ismail Omar going to run for 6th term. Next year, crucial by the way. Next year, we'll see election in Djibouti in April. In Somalia, election will be held in 2026. Ethiopia will hold election. Uganda will hold election. Will any of these countries hold free, fair, transparent election? No. No hope. There is only one self-proclaimed country which held a transparent election in this part of the world. Somaliland. Last year in November, in Somaliland, election was held. One person, one vote election. Musibe Abdi lost. Abdurrahman Iro won. Musibe Abdi departed. Abdurrahman Iro took office. Peaceful transition. So Somaliland has lots of things on its credit. Kenya, you're right. Yes. Kenya is also known for having peaceful transition of power. And Somaliland. Almost all other countries don't know what free, fair, transparent election is. South Sudan, Somalia. Issa Afwerki does not know the meaning of this word election. He speaks English, but his vocabulary is limited. So he does not know what this word means. And when you ask a question, a journalist once asked Issa Afwerki a question about election. He said, what election? It means that election is something foreign, something alien to Isas Afwerki. Uh, Rwanda, almost same situation there. Uh, Congo, where uh, Mammoth Debbie in power. So you can go on and on. Africa has been plagued with rulers who want to prolong their rule till death. No regard for the people, for the life of the people. Uni says, does Pakistan have a free and fair election? Well, do a research, conduct a research, make a video, enlighten me, enlighten the viewers. Matik Kodima says, power cannot be attained through election, but through the barrel of a gun in Africa. Yeah, you're right. But Kenya is a different case where election is being held. Yeah, Chad. Thank you for correction. Michael Hapto made a correction about Debbie. Is from Chad, not from Congo. Thanks for the correction. Yeah, Chad, which is border with Sudan. Aman Washe joined. Aman is a member. Special welcome, Aman. Nadeem joined. Nadeem Abdi Rizak. Welcome, Nadeem. If you want to be a member, link is given in description section of this live chat and description section of the channel, about section of channel, and there you can click the link to be guided to the membership page. Yeah, Ethio Highlander says, is the Ethiopian election next year? Yes, 2026. No tea, you're not late. Samuel, yes, I am working on that topic. Hopefully, I'll make a video on that tomorrow. Guracha says, Isas is fluent in English. Yeah, he's fluent, but one word he tried to understand, but he could not for decades, and that is election. I don't know what is happening in Pakistan. People are asking questions about Pakistan. Horn of Africa keeps him busy. Secondly, was Fano. You know that on Saturday, a dawn strike was conducted in the Amhara region. Kwara was hit. And some pro-Fano sources claim that they claim that Saturday market was hit. That the people who came for shopping there and the stall owners, shopkeepers had been hit and they had been injured. This is what Fano sources were claiming yesterday. I told you about the significance of Quora in last night's live chat, and I said I'll work on this topic to find out the details. Was Saturday market hit in Quora or not? So since yesterday, I've been working on it. Fano sources are telling different stories. Government media totally silent because government people don't talk about drones. Ethiopian government official spokespersons, military official spokespersons, They never admit that they are conducting drone strikes. They haven't said a word. But I got in touch with some people and I have confirmed that Saturday's strike in Kuara did not target any Saturday market. That's what I can confirm. The strike did target Fano fighters. Uh, some have been killed. How many? I don't know. It's difficult to get the exact numbers. But target was Fano. Fano fighters have been killed. Strike was precise. Drones are hitting targets. That is why you're seeing now in the region that the pace of the advance of Fano fighters is slowing down. Today, I mentioned their advance towards Gashina. They fought in Arbit, read a video. And I mentioned their entry in Durbate. Durbate close to Bahirdar, Arbit close to Gashina. That's what happened today. Yesterday, we did not hear any big news. So their territorial gains are slowing down. Why? Because of the drones. They issued an advisory for their fighters to protect from drones. Uh, that just shows that drones are hurting them. And they have banned the use of vehicles. By the way, I have a question, viewers. If Fano fighters don't use vehicles, how will they manage to advance? I mean, on foot, you cannot reach Addis. You'll have to have your modes of transport. But you are not able to use your modes of transport. Why? Because your vehicles are being hit. One was hit in the outskirts of Bahirdar. I mentioned that in last night's live chat. If Fano fighters cannot use vehicles, how will they turn this guerrilla war into conventional war? How will they even? How can they dream of reaching Addis? That's my question. And now we are receiving pictures of the strikes, uh, aftermath of strikes. Pictures of aftermath of strikes are now coming out, showing that drones are hitting targets. Drones are not hitting any open areas. Rather, vehicles, uh, houses, facilities are being hit. Uh, Not a single statement from Fano so far to admit that their fighters died in a drone strike. This is the level of propaganda spread by Fano and military. Both are spreading propaganda, deceiving their supporters. And the supporters are blindly listening to them. They don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to know the truth. I mean, if they support Fano, it does not mean that they should be deceived. They should at least know what is the actual situation on the ground. All day, they listen to those who brag about Fano's advances, who brag about military's losses, who don't share the truth with these people who support Fano. They're deceiving those people, and those Fano supporters, they like to be deceived, maybe. Otherwise, now so many strikes have been conducted that it's hard to imagine that or even a single Fano was killed in these drone strikes. Aman Washe says, how many drones will have to be used to win this war? At some point, the government will have to stop out of exhaustion or financial constraints. Well, I don't agree that financial issues will force the government to stop drone strikes in Amhara. It's like waiting for Isas Savurki to die. Those who want to remove Isas Savurki, they have failed. And now they're hoping that one day Isas Savurki will die and then they'll plan who should be in his place. Uh, Ethiopia is assembling drones now. Small drones are not very costly. A country making millions of dollars uh, from exporting gold, exporting coffee, it can afford such strikes for decades. And bird will decline more, no problem for the government. Government will continue strikes. That is why it's a wrong strategy that the groups should wait for just government to exhaust its arsenal. It won't happen. Mekonnen Saeed joined. Welcome, Mekonnen. Mekonnen is also a member. Musica here. Beatam Gob is joined. Welcome, Beatam. Queen Rose says, Saji says, only Saji tells the truth. No, I'm not saying that I am the only one. You people grill me all the time. You people grill me. You ask tough questions. Even you accuse me of being bribed while I have no interest in backing anyone. But those people who deceive you by just giving you information of your choice, you appreciate them, you like them. They're deceiving you, you happily watch them. You don't know what is on the ground. What I am saying is that you can watch anyone, you can watch any news outlet, but tell the people you watch that they should cover this conflict in an impartial manner. Viewers should not be misguided. They should not be deceived. That's what I'm saying. Do you people question those outlets, those activists, or not? Beatam says, Sajid, you have been accused by each group over the last 4 years. Yes, Beatam, you are right. And that perhaps is the proof of my impartiality. Because for 2 or 3 minutes, the live chat will get disconnected. But I'll return to share the good news about the Ethiopian PM. So if I get disconnected, I'll return after just 3 to 4 minutes. Thank you, Lilo. Yeah, Ilyas says, you said in one video that PFDJ will hold a congress about Eritrean election, but not yet. Yeah, they haven't held any election. By the way, a few days ago, I reported about Philippos, Channel Philippos. Do you remember? I told you that Philippos was receiving medical treatment abroad. Then several viewers questioned my report. Now, so many sources are confirming. And I got confirmation back then from a source who is very close to Philippos. I told you where he is receiving treatment. So I did that video live chat, I think, 2 weeks ago. And now, after 2 weeks, other sources are confirming that, yes, Philippos is not in Eritrea. He's traveled abroad and he's receiving treatment abroad. Guracha, I'll be back after 3 to 4 minutes. Then I'll resume because I don't want to be cut in the middle due to some connection issues. I'll start once I am back and then I'll speak for around 10 minutes. Samuel, not all these strikes are being conducted by TV2s. I think these strikes are being conducted by Ethiopian drones, which are assembled in Ethiopia. They use low amounts of low quantities of ammunition. These kamikaze drones are easy to assemble, uh, not very expensive. Hassan Ibrahim says, don't be angry about offensive followers. No, I'm not angry. I just argue with people to convince them. Nothing wrong with healthy engagement. Beetham says, is TDF versus ENDF going to start soon? I don't know. When will it start? But return of IDPs is a key issue, I think. Michael Dagim is saying, are you gay? Do you need a partner, Michael? You would be sorry to, you will be sad to hear that I am not available. Beetham says Gitacho and PP are agreeing with IDPs without TPLF. It's meaningless. Yeah, that's the problem. Will this effort by Gitacho to secure the return of IDPs succeed or not? Will TPLF allow it to be accomplished? Are you there, viewers? Can you hear me? Mooney Mooney joined us after a long time. People have been missing him. Okay. Uh, Now, I would request you to let me speak for around 10 minutes. for less than 10 minutes, and I'll explain the good news which I wrote in the title. What is the good news for the Ethiopian Prime Minister? Michael says no sound. Michael is deliberately trying to divert me, I think. Any sound problems? No. I don't know why such viewers use cheap tactics to silence me, to divert me. What can I say? Okay, let me start, viewers. Let me speak for a few minutes. You know that the Ethiopian Prime Minister privately in his meetings in the Oromia region, especially, has been trying to create threat from the north. And some PP officials have been mentioning that there is threat from the north, threat to Prosperity Party, threat to Addis Ababa. A term northerners is used, that northerners want to take over Addis Ababa. By northerners, they mean TPLF, Fano, Eratia. And deliberately, the Prime Minister of Ethiopia and his party used this narrative to create unity in Oromia against the alliance which has been formed in the north. TPLF Eratia alliance, supported by Fano. Ola is also on board. Ethiopian PM has been trying to get the support of Oromo political parties, Oromo groups, Oromo politicians. Ola is one of those groups which has not been buying this narrative being sold by the Ethiopian PM. But it seems that one party which has been a critic of the Ethiopian PM, which has following in the Oromia region, it has decided to stand with the Prime Minister of Ethiopia. And that party is Oromo Liberation Front. OLA was part of OLF. You know that in 2018, OLA split and Komsa Dereba led an armed struggle. They were one party, but OLF became a political party in 2018. OLA started armed struggle, or it continued armed struggle. Thank you, Moni Moni, for buying the super chat sticker. OLF leaders have been in prison. You know, people like Abdi Ragasa and several others, they were put in prisons. A senior OLF leader has announced that OLF won't allow northerners to take over the country again. Interestingly, this man remained in prison for 4 years. He was released last year. I'm talking about Abdi Ragasa. Abdi Ragasa is a general secretary of Oromo Liberation Front. He is one of the senior OLF leaders. And Abdi Ragasa has said that OLF, Oromo people, won't allow Northerners to take over the country. Firstly. Secondly, he said, addressing party workers, he said that we will stand against the Northerners. Secondly. Thirdly, Abdi Ragasa confirmed that his party is in talks with National Election Board of Ethiopia. His party will contest the election next year. He said seats don't matter. How many seats will the party win? It does not matter. What matters is that the system which kept Oromos deprived of their rights should not be allowed to be reinstalled in Addis Ababa. It's very clear. It's more than clear that Oromo Liberation Front has chosen a side. It is not demanding free, fair, transparent election. It is not interested in forming a joint political opposition against Ethiopian ruling party. It is going to contest election. It is working in coordination with the National Election Board of Ethiopia, which is not independent, which is another thumb of the ruling party. A few days ago, if you remember, Oromo Federalist Congress issued a statement. It announced to participate in the election. Two main opposition parties in Oromia are OLF and OFC. Both have now agreed to participate in the election. So they are giving recognition, validity to this electoral system. And it, if you remember, Oromo Liberation Army warned the two parties, OLF and OFC, that they should not engage in talks with the government. Ola refused to talk to the Prosperity Party, but it seemed that OLF and OFC, they have reached a deal with the ruling party. Abiy has managed to get the support of two major Oromo opposition parties. This threat from the north, which Abiy has created, or which exists to some extent, definitely, it is uniting Oromos. Good news for Abiy, because Abiy's support base is Oromia. No one can deny that Abiy's support base is Oromia. But Oromia was fractured in terms of support for PP, support for opposition. But Abiy has managed to unite Oromos. Question, viewers, is very important question is, can Oromo Liberation Army now continue supporting allies of the North? Because OLF, OFC, they have chosen sides. They're on Abiy's side. How will Oromo Liberation Army support Fano, TPLF, and RRTF? It's going to be difficult for Ola. But as I said in a live chat, in some videos recently, so far, Oromo Liberation Army stands with the allies of the North. Ola is not with Abiy. Ola is with Fano, TPLF, and RRTF. But can Ola maintain this position? It's going to be difficult because Ola is the only player now in Oromia, only player which is with Northerners. All other players in opposition or in government, they are uniting. One group is opposed, to Abiy, and that is Oromo Liberation Army. Yusuf says, "You are a poison man. You are trying to spread poison among the country." Well, I am speaking facts. You can confirm what Abdi Ragasa said. Have the heart to listen to the truth. Beetham says, Mooni Mooni will be an Kober mayor when Fano took over Amhara region. Peace and Love says, these two parties are insignificant. Then who is significant in Oromia, by the way? Who is significant in Oromia? PP, OLF, OFC, Ola. Jawar is significant, but he's not in Ethiopia. Problem is he's based abroad. And Jawar is part of OFC. He's still part of OFC. Which party is relevant in Oromia other than PP? They're significant. They're not insignificant. I think OFC, OLF, ONLF, EPLF. These four parties are the most influential parties in Ethiopia. Opposition parties, along with Nama. Nama and these four parties, they're very influential. Though, yes, you can argue about their reach, not as strong as PP's. M1 says Ola more significant next to PP. Uh, yes, I would say that Ola is very important. People underestimate Ola, but these people are very mature politically and they have experience, years of experience of combat. So Ola is one of the key players. And by the way, when election was held in Ethiopia last time in 2021, I think back then, in a way, Ola approved that election. It did not try to disrupt that election. This time, I think it will be different. Last time, I think Ola was in uh, touch with the ruling party because war was ongoing. Abiy was building a narrative. The TPLF wants to be back in Addis. Ola was in touch with TPLF too, but it did not take a strong anti-PP position. This time, Ola is very clear, I think. It won't support Abiy. So it will perhaps not, it will try its best to disrupt the election too. Mooney says, can you wake me up when Fano reaches Addis? I want to go back to sleep. Well, Mooney, Abdi Ragasa's statement has made it clear that now Fano's journey to Addis is going to be very, very difficult. I always say that between Fano and Addis, there is Oromia. Between TPLF and Addis, there is Oromia. Between Eritrea and Addis, there is Oromia. And I said, if you remember, that at one point you could see Oromos unite. Last card which Abiy will play will be Oromo card. And he's playing it. He knows that this is his survival card. He has one last card too, by the way, which I'll speak on uh, in a video, which has been discussed in some very closed door confidential meetings between Abiy and his and the man very close to him. Interesting, Sir. Do you think Amhara support for Abiy is underestimated? Yeah, Amhara support for Abiy is not as significant as it was, I think, years ago. Situation in Amhara is not favorable for Abiy. I mean, what is happening? Government is to blame for that. Uh, in the end, government is responsible for the security situation, for humanitarian crisis. People not happy. I'm not saying all of them support Fano. No, there are PP supporters too. Overall, it's not that Amhara region has undergone a transformation under Abiy and they just love Abiy. We cannot say that. Gabrav Michael says, Sajid, you speak good English, but Isa Savuki can certainly teach you the classical English language. Well, I'm not in need of a teacher, by the way, but he knows how to speak English. He's a fluent speaker. There's one word which he has not been able to understand. With 52 minutes have passed, I think we should end the live chat. It was good to be with you. I think that Abiy's confidence now can be explained. Several viewers asked questions in the last few days. Said Sajid, why is Abiy so confident that he can defeat Fano, TPLF, Eritrea, all alliance? Why is so confident? I mean, uh, even a layman can see that this alliance is a very formidable alliance. Now you see the reason. Abiy has got the assurance from his Oromo colleagues that they are with him. They won't allow northerners to enter Oromia. That is why he's confident. Yeah, peace and love. I heard that speech. It's a pre-planned speech, by the way. Jula, whatever he said, I think it's decided by the Prime Minister. Jula has made access to sea a priority, which should be the priority of the government. So he basically told government's priorities: peace, development, access to sea. And he made fun of, he in a way ridiculed Eritrean uh, people. He said 2 million people cannot deprive 2 million people from sea access. So he said the Eritrean population 2 million. Let's leave yours. I'll be back tomorrow. It was good to be with you. Thank you for tolerating me for 54 minutes. I'll be back and hopefully will I'll share the story I've been working on, which is about procurement of some modern weapon systems by Ethiopia from a country which is Ethiopian long-term ally. I am not talking about UAE, another country. Thanks for watching. Stay blessed. Till tomorrow. Bye bye.